You know what's peak? Doing a 10 roll. Oh, 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 wait! Oh, dang, yo! Frieren Season 2 came out with a surprising trailer, teaser, PV, whatever, but more intriguingly, there was a very big change in the staff for Season 2. The trailer didn't really show us much, so there's nothing really to analyze besides backgrounds, cool impact frame, running animation, and this cut looks like it has the same timing as this Hiro Nagano cut from episode 6, or just any other Nagano cuts. And Star still has a small penis. I'm hyped for Season 2 because my favorite arc is when I get adapted. If it's 2 cores, I don't know if it's gonna be split or consecutive. I'm fine with both. Although I'm surprised that Season 2 is releasing this early. I would have guessed like mid 2026 or even late 2026. Of course, I don't know the conditions of the schedule. Frieren Season 1 did finish airing in March 22, 2024. And from the clean AD list, even in the last few episodes, it could mean that they finished production maybe when there were few weeks in Season 1 airing, but that's just a guess. The team wasn't peer pressured or rushed to finish it. I'm not saying everything was perfect. Probably Season 2 was not really in the producer's mind when making Season 1, so there wasn't a fast response for the staff to brute force the tail end of the Season 1, so they could work on Season 2, just like what My Hero did, or even recently with Dan 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 Season 2. If an episode already has this messy of a staff list, in episode 1, additionally 69-second key animation, it's concerning as hell. Same goes with Uma Musume, Cinderella Grey. The last few episodes, if not the last episode's credits, had a lot of ADs because they had to work on a part 2, so they had to finish it in a deadline. Also, Ogre Cap, goated on the game. Although they did finish production on part 1, or Season 1, few weeks when it was airing, so there is not much worries about the schedule for Season 2. Maybe. Looking at the staff list that's been shown for right now. Wow. They released a staff list? I wonder. If OPM Season 3 doesn't reveal anything, I'm going to kill my Johnson tonight. You might think it's a big change on paper. It is, but most of these people have already worked on Season 1. And a bigger confirmation from the trailer is that it just looks like any other Frieren episode, so there isn't any big change for the show. Tomoyo Kitagawa is the new director for Frieren, replacing Keiichiro Saitou. He has worked on other Madhouse shows, mainly directing and storyboarding. Focusing on Frieren, he did storyboard and directed episode 2, 8, and 25. He did some other episodes, but some of them were nothing crazy for Frieren standards. Kitagawa's episodes are very cinematic feeling in terms of how he really implements the overall scenery of Frieren, which is amazing considering what Frieren's content is. Gets the vibe right, you know? Of course, Saitou was amazing at that too, so quite nice replacement. Although under Kitagawa, there's 2 other directors, being assistant and supervising director. Assistant director Daiki Harashina, again, he was a regular in Frieren. He was the monster designer and contributed a lot, not just directing and storyboarding, but also a lot more than that. Episode 3, 24, and 26, he did storyboards, only directed episode 3 though. The rest, he was just the storyboarder. Yes, he gave us that You Will Armpit fan service. Thank you, my king. Yes, King Akena. Episode 3 was the first action-oriented episode. Well, not fully, but there was a fight scene on that episode with Quaz, and episode 24 is probably, in my opinion, the most interesting action episode with how it was done, or more so how Harashina stages his fights. It's very methodical how slow paced it is in terms of the movement. It's heavy feeling with a more realistic time fight, I guess you can say. He did storyboard episode 26, but I don't know what parts he did considering there was 3 storyboarders in that episode. I know Saitou didn't do any of the action because he's not confident with his ability doing action. While Saitou is not the series director anymore, he is still credited as supervising director. To be honest to you, I don't know what this means. My guess, and most people guess considering the role of the name, is probably helping and giving advice to the other directors for directorial stuff. I don't know if this was his decision to step back from being the series director, or maybe he's working on something else. I don't know. I thought the reason why he's not involved in season 2 of Bochi was because of Frieren, but I guess I was wrong. He won't be very hands-on the project. He still will be involved in some areas maybe. Could also direct certain episodes, you never know. Another change is in the character designer. Surprising Reiko Nagasawa is nowhere to be seen on season 2. Nagasawa was a crucial asset in Frieren's production, correcting some of the most iconic drawings, obviously since she was the character designer, or just the overall drawing quality is amazing. It was also great that in season 1, Nagasawa was working with action director Toru Iwasawa, since these are husband and wife. We still don't know if Iwasawa will still be the action director for season 2 of Frieren. We'll just have to wait and see. But the new character designers, there's 3. Yuri Fujinaka, of course, has worked on season 1. I don't particularly know what Fujinaka's previous works are, but Keisuke Kojima is a surprising add. Worked on episode 7 and some parts of episode 8. I don't know what Avon means. Am I just stupid? Maybe I am, because the episodes were outsourced to Crucell. They were previously known as Roveru. He was the director for the Slime anime and monster designer for Slime 300 season 1, and a lot of other very notable stuff. The recent one that got announced was him being the character designer for Hyaku Emu, a movie that's written by the same author as Orb. Very great add to the list. And lastly, Akiko Takase, of course, has worked on season 1. Seems like a broken record. Yes, everyone worked on season 1. As design work, I don't know what that means. Maybe something to do with in pre-production phase, making stuff look like what they should look like. I don't know. And did some chief AD and AD work. Makes sense why she's in this position now. She did the famous ice cream dessert thing correction. From the looks of things, she was from KyoAni. A lot of stuff from there, mainly doing key animation. She was also the character designer for Violet Evergarden, but also was the original illustrator for the light novel. Very interesting. Violet Smash! Never mind, she's 14. Although it was only a snippet of season 2, we know that even with the massive staff overhaul, it will still look like Frieren. We still don't have the full staff list. We don't have the action director, art director, director of photography, all sorts of those. I think Akane Fushihara will still be the composing artist, considering how familiar the trailer looks to season 1. She's probably my favorite composing artist. And for action director, we don't know if it's still Toru Iwasawa. He was very essential for the action parts of Frieren, probably helping Saitou in a lot of ways, considering his action thing, not being confident about it, doing a lot of corrections, and probably one of the best action sequences from the series. So it will hurt a bit if he's not here, but producer Fukushi has extensive connections in the industry, so we good. I mean, he got Yutapon Sensei in an episode, so POGGERS. Of course, Evan Call will still do the music, and Seiko Yoshioka doing the concept art. She did an amazing job with the background art for season 1, so great. January 2026 is the time that Frieren season 2 will drop. I'm very excited to see my favorite elf girl being back, and Yubel. If you guys like this video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a like. Comment down below what are your thoughts about this trailer for season 2 of Frieren, staff, whatever. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys next time.